Hi everybody, welcome to Word 3D. Today's word is dedication. And today's lesson, or should I say today's question, is are you really about that life? Let's discover. Dedicated, wholly committed to something, set apart or reserved for specific use or purpose, made or designed to interconnect exclusively with one model. Now there are several ways we can show that we're dedicated. Let's talk about a couple of those wholly committed, dedicated lifestyles. Like a fit lifestyle, that you're wholly committed to diet and exercise, being vegan, vegetarian, or eating organically. Extreme religions, we all know those door knockers, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, Quakers, Muslims, they all are wholly committed to what they believe in living that lifestyle to the fullest. People who are activists, like environmentalists, people who fight for animal rights, civil rights, gay rights, women's rights, children's rights, abortion, immigration, and things like that. People who fight for causes like breast cancer, like the March of Dimes or special needs, peace in the Middle East, or UNICEF, or hunger and sexism or racism. And my favorite example of a dedicated lifestyle has to do with organized or sometimes unorganized crime, like biker gangs, white supremacy, and the mob, are street gangs. Why street gangs? Well, let's dissect this. I love watching the docu-show Gangland. I can watch episode after episode of men and women who are willing to lay down their lives for what they believe in. And I'm always blown away at their die-hard dedication and loyalty and commitment that they display for their organizations. I mean, once they're initiated, they are wholly committed to learning colors, language, ranks, hand signals, apparel, and even dances that represent their gang. They leave behind their family and friends because they're not about that life, and they enter in a covenant relationship with their new gang leaders. See, they're no longer individuals. They are ambassadors, representatives of something bigger, and they carry themselves accordingly. See, because for them, claiming a gang is more than just talk. You must really be about that life. And you must be ready and willing to do whatever your leaders ask of you, without question. See, and if your loyalty to this gang causes you to lose friends, gain enemies, die, or go to jail, you're going to do so proudly. And you'll never renounce what you say that you believe in. What a perverted example of how our dedication should be with Christ. Everything these gang members do is in this book. Yeah, that's right, in this book on how we should be with Him. We should be willing to die to our old self, like Ephesians 2, 1 through 22 tells us. We should lose our identity, like Galatians 2 and 20, that tells us that our old self has been crucified with Christ. And it's not I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And we shouldn't be connected to anyone who isn't about this life. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Don't team up with those who are unbelievers. How can righteousness be a partner with wickedness? How can light live with darkness? And even when people say they're about this life and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6 says, keep away from every believer who is idle and disruptive and doesn't live according to teachings. So how can we direct this in our lives? Let's revisit the definition of dedicated. Number one, wholly committed to something. Just like we've discovered with all the lifestyles that we've discussed, we too should be wholly committed to Christ, His word, and His ways. Number two, set apart or reserved for specific use or purpose. We should be also set apart, sanctified, to Christ and reserved for His specific use and purpose for our lives. Number 3, made or designed to interconnect exclusively with one model. Here's an example. Your Bluetooth. This has been made and designed to interconnect with one model. What do I mean? You don't put a Bluetooth in your nose. You don't put a Bluetooth in your eye. You can't put the Bluetooth in your mouth. A Bluetooth is made and designed to interconnect exclusively with your ear. In that same way, we have been designed to interconnect exclusively with God. Ask yourself, are you really dedicated to Him? And more so, are you really about that life? Peace.